Hi, my name is Pete Hahn, and thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to visit www.hahn-tech.com for the full library of video tutorials. I hope this video increases your knowledge and helps you become more efficient with this topic, whether for home or work. Please support this channel by sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can trade options contracts on a trading DOM. That's D.O.M, depth of market. That's what DOM stands for. And it's typically an instrument, and the DOM is typically the tool used by futures traders to trade actively in a day trade fashion on a futures contract. You can see the DOMs are in the middle of the screen here. And if you're familiar with trading futures on a DOM, you may not realize that in many platforms, Thinkorswim is one, TradeStation is another, you can actually plot the option contract on a chart as well as within a DOM, as you see here on the screen, and you can trade those. You can place your buy and sell orders. You can take advantage of the tools that are easily used for entering bracket orders, managing your stops and your limits. And so this is what today's video is going to show. First, I've got an example to show you on a live market, and then after that we're going to show you how to do it in this kind of an environment here using on demand. I'll show you actually how to execute orders and how to manage your orders. And this is a good time for the disclaimer, and that disclaimer is simply that I am not a professional trader. I am not trying to advertise or recommend that you purchase or sell any financial instrument. This video is intended to instruct you on how to use the technology provided by TD Ameritrade that is called the Thinkorswim platform. I'm here to show you guys how to get the most out of it and how to use it to the greatest effect. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. And here we are looking at a trade tab for SPY, S-P-Y. You can see the symbol up here in the upper left, and we are on the trade tab, and I've opened up the option chain for the currently expiring weekly, and this is Friday, so it's showing 0 days left. Today is expiration for this option, and you can see that I've highlighted the March 16, 2001. Okay, 2001 is the strike that I'm working with here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click over the strike, and I'm going to right click not over the bid or the ask, but over one of the other columns that are sort of inert, that don't really do anything when you click on them. So I'm going to right click over here with my mouse, and then from that you're going to select this option right here. Now this option is going to change. It's always going to say copy, but that is the OPRA code, O-P-R-A. I'll tell you what that stands for later. But that is the OPRA code, and when you copy that OPRA code, then you can paste that into any other place that you can enter a stock symbol. Okay, so let's go to an active trader screen. And here I've got the screen set up with ES on the top and NQ on the bottom. Now you can't right click in these symbol boxes. I'm right up here in the upper left where ES is. I've highlighted it. I'm going to backspace. You can't right click here because they haven't enabled that option. So instead I'm going to use my keyboard. Now I'm on a Mac, so I'm using Command V, but if you're on a Windows you'll use Control V, that's V as in victory, and that is the command, the keyboard command for paste. So we're going to paste that in there. And just as a quick heads up, if you're on a Mac, Command V is not going to work. Thinkorswim has actually got it set up so that you have to use Control V even on a Mac version of Thinkorswim. So I've pasted that in using a keyboard shortcut. Now I'm going to press enter on my keyboard, and you can see now as the chart updates, this now is charting that option. Okay, it's the 201 strike of SPY that expires today, and this is a 5-minute chart you can see, and over here you can see this is the DOM. So what you can do with the DOM is just like you can with futures, you can place buy and sell orders. I'm not going to do so right now because it might expose my account information. So suffice it to say, if you're familiar with trading on the DOM, that's depth of market, that's what D.O.M stands for, we call it the DOM, then you will easily be able to trade your options the same way. So just wanted to show you guys how easy that is, and hope this helps. Okay, now we're going to get into some more details, and then we'll finish up the video. Okay, so let's dig into this within a little bit more detail. I've got a chart set up here in the active trader section of the trade tab on the Thinkorswim platform, and I've got some charts over here on the left of SPY and the Qs. In the middle I've got the trading DOM, D.O.M, depth of market is what that stands for. And then over here to the right I've got the futures, the corresponding futures. So ES corresponding to SPY and NQ corresponding to the Qs. And let's see, I've got for the ES, for the futures, I've got daily and 15-minute charts set up for each. And I've just got some basic moving averages on here. And all I'm using are some pivot levels and some ATR levels. If I zoom into that a little bit, you can see the different levels that I've got posted on each of these futures. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now how to do some basic setup. I've got it set to on demand, so if I place trades, it's not going to expose any of my account details. And what I'll do is I'll show you how to customize the trading DOM. For instance, the PL open, profit and loss open column, that may not be showing by default. I think the default is, in fact, right down here. I'll see this DOM down here does not have the PL open column. So I'll go ahead and show you how to add that. Also, I'll show you how to go ahead and set up brackets so that you can go ahead and trade with an automatic stop and limit. Okay, so let's get started, and then we'll show you how to do this and trade options on the trading DOM using the on-demand feature. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at setting up the bracket orders. Right now I've got it set up with a limit and a stop. The limit is at plus 50 points and the stop is at minus 20, and the time in force is set to day. Now, if you want to change this, you've got different templates. I've saved this template, and you can go ahead and use one of the built-in ones that are up above here. You've got single, OCO, trigger with bracket, trigger with 2 brackets, trigger with 3 brackets. So you can pick one of those, or you can customize your own, and that's what I've done here. And it's very simple to adjust. You can change your quantities, you can change how the link is set, and you can change the increment, whether it's going to be a percent, a plus or a minus, or a tick offset. Okay, so it's pretty simple. We're not going to get into much more detail than that. So next I'll show you how you can customize the columns. Now if you look at the bottom DOM, there's a difference between the bottom DOM and the top DOM. So the one on the bottom does not include the PL open column. So in order to add that, we're going to click this very tiny gear icon. I'm going to pause here a little bit so that you can see where the mouse is located, because it's easy to miss. So you go ahead and click on that gear icon and click customize. You can see that this shows you a list of your columns. Everything in the box to the right is the columns and the order of the columns. And so you go ahead and on the left you can see the P&L open. You can either double click that, or you can select it and then click add items, and it'll add it to the bottom of the list. And then you can move it up or down however you want to. And we're going to go ahead and take the volume off, remove the volume, and hit OK. So there we go. And then on the top one we'll do the same. Remember that little gear icon, very difficult to see. And go ahead and go to customize. We're going to select the volume and remove that and click OK. So we've customized the DOMs so that we have removed the volume column and we've added the P&L open column. So now we'll go ahead and go to the all products section of the trade tab, and we'll go ahead and grab the option code that we're going to use to trade the option on the DOM. And let's see, before I do that, we're going to also activate the on-demand. Right now on-demand is paused, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the play button, and then we'll go ahead and move over to the all products section and grab the option code. Okay, so we'll go over to all products, and you can see that I've entered the SPY as the symbol here, and you've got all your strikes. I'm going to pick the topmost strike, and I'm going to, let's see, we're going to do a call here because we've got an idea here based upon hindsight bias. In other words, I've already scoped it out to know what's probably the best position to take, and that's going to be long. So we're going to buy a call. If you want to take a short position using this technique, then you would simply go over here to the right side and you would select a put. Notice that I've added an option code column to the grid, and you can get that from the right click menu by selecting the instrument details and option code. So you can manually change any one of those columns to display the option code if you like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. You can see that right there on that little menu, and I'm going to press the mouse button and copy that, and then we'll go back over to the Active Trader tab. Now in the symbol box, as I've already pointed out in an earlier section of the video, you cannot right click. It won't bring up any options whatsoever. So we're just going to clear the information out of that ticker symbol box, and then we're going to use Control V, which is a paste keyboard shortcut, and press enter. Okay, so now this upper section, the chart and the corresponding D.O.M, are plotting the actual SPY option, right? It's a 204 strike that expires in the current week. And let's see, so it took a little while for the data to follow in there. And one of the things I wanted to point out here, you can always press this little button to center the view. So we'll go ahead and press that. And what I want to show you is the bid and ask spread. You can see that for the most part, the bid and ask spread is only one wide, which is really nice, and you want to be very careful here. I'm not a professional trader, so I'm not trying to give you guidance on how to make profitable trades, but I do want to caution you, don't try to do this on an option instrument that has a large spread, because you're going to get a lot of slippage with your stops and your limits. Okay, so this is why I'm intentionally using the SPY and the Qs, because I know that for the current expiration option, especially at the money, which I've chosen as at the money, the bid ask is very, very tight. Okay, so let's go ahead and center that again real quickly there. So I'll show you now. We've got this set up so that all we have to do is click in the green column to set a buy limit. If we place the cursor above the current bid ask, it will turn it into a buy stop. So buy stop will buy it on a breakout. A buy limit will buy it on a pullback. So we can go ahead and click once and we'll get a confirmation, and we'll go ahead and hit send, and it will go ahead and send that order, and notice it's also sent the brackets. Okay, so if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the stop is 20 points below the potential entry, and the limit is 50 points above. Alright, so if you wanted to change that order at any time, you just click and drag that, and I'm going to drag it right into the current ask and hit send. And there we go. We went ahead and executed that order. And you can see the P&L is over here on the right side, so you can keep track of your profit and loss. And you can likewise click and drag the stop and the limit to go ahead and update those orders as well. Let's go ahead and get a Q position going now. And we'll go back to all products and change this to the Qs. And we'll go ahead and grab a current at the money option code, right clicking on the at the money. This is the 109 strike. I'm going to select copy from the menu. We'll go back to Active Trader. We'll go to this symbol box. We'll delete the Qs, and then we'll use Control V on the keyboard and press enter. And that goes ahead now and loads the chart, and the D.O.M is now charting the actual option itself and not the underlying. So let's go ahead and make sure we've got a good bracket order set up here. Yep, 2050. All right. So now we can go ahead and place that order by clicking in the green section. We'll press send to confirm, and then we'll see if we can get wiggled in here. Now let's see what's going on up above here. We've got the current bid ask has our position in the SPY is up $13. So let's go ahead and maximize that view. And I just click on this little list menu here and select maximize sell. That gives me a little bit more room to work with my orders. So let's go ahead and take this stop order, and we've moved sufficiently into the profit to go ahead and I'm going to put it right there at the entry plus $1. Okay, so there'll be a little bit of slippage if we get stopped out there, and just want to make sure we cover some of that slippage. No guarantees, but that is a safe way to go. And let's see, what are we doing here? We haven't really entered this position for the Qs yet. I'm getting impatient, so let's go ahead and drag that in to meet the current ask. We'll hit send. And it looks like we're going to have to drag that in a little bit further here. Make sure we get in. Oh, there we go. So now we've entered into the Q position as well. So now we've got the two positions going, and we can monitor the stop and limit orders by clicking and dragging right on the D.O.M. Alright, so let's let this position play out for a little bit. Okay, and I just noticed as I was taking a pause here that the charts over on the right hand side are not moving and updating along with the current price, and I would say that that's probably just a bug in the on-demand feature of Thinkorswim, because the charts on the left do appear to be active and the D.O.M is active. So we just have a little bug here that's preventing the update. You can see the current price on ES is 246, and on this lower chart here it's 239.75. So we got a problem with the application. So anyhow, it's just part of on demand. And one thing I would also mention here, guys, if you're going to go ahead and try this, make sure you do it on paper account first. Maybe use the on-demand feature and then step into the paper, and then get used to the mechanics of it, managing your orders and getting comfortable with the bid-ask spread and the market movement before you get into trading live money. And then when you get into live money, make sure you use the smallest position size possible. One thing nice about using the options instead of the futures contract is that with the options you are limited to your risk. You can only risk the amount that you have purchased. If you sell an option and you're naked, be very careful, because you could blow up an account in a heartbeat. It doesn't take long to blow up an account if you short naked options. So again, I'm not a professional trader, so I can't really make any recommendations on your own personal trading. But one thing I can do is I can caution you, do not sell naked options using this technique. Only take long positions if you're going to try it, and test it out with small position size on a paper money before you step into using live money. And by all means, consult a trading professional before even venturing this far. I'm just going to show you the mechanics. Alright, so let's go ahead and maximize this window, and this is the SPY position. Remember, I moved the stop to entry plus $1, and looks like right now the current bid is down here at I could make $12 if I drag the limit order down to the current bid. So let me just show you how that's done, so you guys understand how to manage your orders. And what you've got to do then is you got to scroll up so that you can grab hold of that order. Okay, and then you want to click and you can drag that order down, and it looks like it's going to make you do it a couple of times here so that we can get within range. And then we'll go ahead and click that again, and let's just drag it right down to, see, it's only going to allow you to drop it into an area where there's a valid price. So we can go ahead and drop it on the $15 level and hit send, and then let's see if that wiggles us out of our position for a $15 profit. Okay, so let's go back and let's check out the Qs. Okay, well, that just took us out of the SPY, and the Qs have gone essentially nowhere. And we're going to conclude this video now, so it's probably time that I go ahead and modify this position here. We'll maximize that so you can get a good view of the trading D.O.M here. You can see that we're just dead flat on this. So we're going to close down the video here. So I'm going to show you how to flatten your position with a button. You just click the flatten position button, and then you just say yes, and that cancels everything. It enters a market order, and since the order has not immediately executed, I would say that this is probably an error in the on-demand feature. And again, this is going to be a very important reminder to practice this in paper trading, and use small position size if you decide to go live with this. I'll also mention really quick here as I'm concluding the video, you can do this also on the TradeStation platform. I have a TradeStation platform and I have an account there, and it actually works extremely well. And if you guys want to see a video on that, well, just drop us a comment in the bottom section of the video, and let us know that you're interested in seeing this displayed on the TradeStation platform as well. And I'll be glad to do a video on that. But I just want to make sure there's interest out there before I do it. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I hope this helps you learn how to use your platform in a more effective and efficient manner. And thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to visit www.hahn-tech.com for the full library of tutorials. I hope this video increases your knowledge and helps you become more efficient with this topic, whether for home or work. Please support this channel by sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Thanks, and take care.